So you guys had questions and I have answers, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In case you're new, I'm Shama from Happy Living Now, where we take on a holistic approach to helping you design a life that you love. And that means sharing everything: lifestyle, hair care, money, DIYs, and so much more. So if these are things that are interesting to you, definitely go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. And also don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss another upload. Alright, so I got a few questions on other videos that I've posted about my locks, as well as offline and online. So I figured I would just put all of those questions together and do a Q&A of the common questions that I get regarding my lock journey and provide you guys answers. So you guys had questions and I have answers, so let's just go ahead and jump right in. So the first question, and if you see me looking down, it's because I have my notes here to make sure I don't forget the questions. So the first question is, when did I start my lock journey? And I started my lock journey in July. No, I started my lock journey in June 2019. And it took me about a month or so to install all my locks, but I believe the last day of installation was, I know it was a couple days before my birthday in 2019, so I'm gonna say it probably was around July 3rd or July 4th. It's one of those days, but one of those dates was my lock installation date. Is this your first lock journey? No, this is not my first lock journey. This is my second micro lock journey. Some of you might have already seen my adding extensions to micro locks video. So that was, I think, one of the very first videos I did on my first micro lock journey, and I had my locks for about 5 years, almost 6 years, and then this is my second micro lock journey. How many locks do you have? Currently, I don't know. I started with about 243 locks when I first installed my locks. I think I had 243 locks. Since then, I have combined quite a few of my locks. So, and I still have the hair in the undercut that's grown in to install. So currently I don't know, because I've not recounted my locks since I've combined them, and I am waiting until I have installed all my locks to do a final lock count. So I'll do a video on that when I have all my locks installed. I will do a lock count video. How long have you been locked? I've been locked for about, we're in June, I've been locked for 11 months. 11 months. I've been locked for 11 months. And next month, July, will be my 1-year lock anniversary. And I am so happy about that. Do you interlock or retwist? I interlock. If you're talking about palm rolling, I do not palm roll. However, before I interlock, sometimes I do twist the base of my hair so that I can intertwine the loose hairs that are around the base, to make sure they get into the lock before I actually go ahead and interlock the lock. So I guess if that's what you're referring to as retwisting, then yes, I kind of twist the roots just a bit to make sure that loose ends are trapped into the lock before I interlock. But if you're referring to palm rolling, no, I do not palm roll, I interlock. What interlocking rotation do you use and why? I use my own diagonal 3-point rotation, and I use that because I want to be able to achieve a nice cylindrical look to my micro locks. Now, I've not used this rotation for too many rotations or too many interlocking sessions, so I can't really tell you if it is in fact giving me that cylindrical look, because I did start a couple months ago, so I don't know yet if it's gonna give me a more cylindrical look than the usual 3 or 4 point rotation that you might be accustomed to. But I do use a 3-point diagonal interlocking method. And that's the reason why I use it, is because I want to get that cylindrical look to my locks, almost similar to palm rolling. Do you retighten on dry locks or on dry hair? So most of the times I try not to interlock on dry hair. I know the last video that I did showing you how I interlock my hair, you probably saw me interlocking on dry hair. Usually I don't. I try to at least spritz my hair somewhat, just a little bit, not too damp, when interlocking. So that video probably was, and I think I got that question on that video. I did interlock in my hair without spritzing it, but typically no, I interlock on somewhat damp hair. Do you shampoo before or after retightening? Usually I shampoo before I retighten. Yeah, usually I shampoo before I retighten. Most times, and when I say before, I don't mean like if I'm gonna retighten my hair tomorrow, then I'll shampoo today. It might be whenever my last wash was, then I try to at least interlock before then, or I mean a couple days after that, or if I know I have a next Locs shampoo. Jesus, I am tongue twisted. Okay, usually I shampoo before a retie. So what I would do is whenever I've done my shampoo, then I might retighten a couple days later. I don't just wash my hair the day before if I plan on retightening my hair the next day. That's not how I do it. If my wash day, let's say, is today, I might actually plan on interlocking my hair a couple days later if it's time for retightening. Or depending on if I don't have time and I didn't get to it, sometimes I might just wait and then for my next wash day and then make sure that I interlock right after. But I don't wash my hair just like the day before I know that I'm gonna want to retighten. I don't do it that way. So technically, I guess you can say, depending on how you look at it, I may retighten after a shampoo or before. It depends. Do you notice any difficulty shampooing on freshly retightened locks, such as breakage at the roots? So the last time I retightened my hair, in that video you saw of how I retwisted my locks or how I interlocked, I did that a day before my wash, and then I washed that Saturday the day after. I don't know that I got breakage at the roots, but I will say I think I noticed my hair being a little bit more fuzzy and frizzy at the roots. And since then, after I've washed, the hair was quite a bit frizzy. I had a lot of fuzz at the base a couple days after. So I'm thinking maybe because I interlocked and then washed right after, that probably contributed to the fuzziness. I don't know, but that's what I experienced. But I wouldn't say I experienced breakage. And honestly, I think the fuzz that I experienced, I don't think I've experienced that, like let's say if I wash and then interlock a couple days later. Although I will say sometimes I would much rather maybe interlock and then wash, because it just gets rid of the itchiness that happens after I've shampooed and started interlocking my hair. There's sometimes I get an itch, so sometimes I might choose to wash. Sometimes I might choose to interlock and then wash, just so I don't have to deal with the itchiness that comes while interlocking. Is there any moisturizing shampoo that you recommend? Honestly, I don't know of any moisturizing shampoos that I could recommend, because I am in fact looking for a shampoo myself. But currently I use either the Dr. Bronner's shampoo, and I guess that will fit nicely into the next question: what products do you use on your locks? So I use the Dr. Bronner's Castile Soap Peppermint Scented Shampoo on my locks, and I dilute that, of course. I don't use it straight from the bottle. I make sure I dilute it. And I also use Shea Moisture Yucca and Plantain. I think it's the green bottle, but I think it's Yucca and Plantain shampoo, and that prevents breakage and freeze. So that's what I've been using. I also dilute that a bit, but I'm almost done with that, and so I'm trying to figure out if I want to make my own shampoo base using black soap and some oils, or if there's another shampoo that I want to use. So As far as moisturizing shampoos go, I guess I can recommend the Shea Moisture Yucca and Plantain shampoo, because that is pretty moisturizing. I mean, it leaves my hair pretty soft and nice when I'm done with it. But other than that, I don't really know of any other moisturizing shampoos that you could use on your locks. Sorry. But if you guys do have recommendations in shampoos, though, definitely drop them down below, because your girl is looking out for shampoos. Let's see. And what other products do I use on my locks beside those two shampoos? Nothing much. I do a spritz with rose water, aloe vera, and vitamin E. And then I might just use some regular oils on my hair, or on my scalp. I've made a mixture of oils with avocado oil and olive oil and cherry powder and all that stuff that I use on my scalp very rarely, but I use those sparingly. And other than that, I don't really use other products on my hair other than natural oils that I have in my cupboard or my pantry, and then just those two shampoos that I recommended. Let's see. How do I prevent holes in my locks? Okay, so holes in your locks could be a cause of a lot of different things. So it could be your interlocking method, it could be you've made a mistake, but I would just say pay attention. If you're interlocking your hair, try to pay as close attention as you can to the rotations and directions that you're using to make sure you're not going in the same direction twice, because that will create holes in your locks if you go through the same hole twice when interlocking. Also pay attention to the interlocking method that you're using, because that could be that the interlocking method may be the reason why your locks are having holes, because it's probably not the right interlocking method for your hair. And I recently did a video on how to fix holes in your locks, so if you've not seen that, definitely check it out. You can pretty much use whatever technique I used in that video to fix holes in your locks, regardless of how the holes in your locks came about. But again, there could be a lot of reasons why you might have holes in your locks, and if it's because you are interlocking, I would just recommend paying attention to how you're interlocking your hair and making sure you don't go in the same direction twice. Ooh. Tips for someone starting locks. That's hard, and it's kind of hard to just give one or two tips in a Q&A video, so I'll probably make another separate video on that. So if you want to see a video on tips for someone starting locks, drop a comment down below and give this video a thumbs up as well, so I know that's something you're interested in. But maybe one tip that I will share, and I'll leave it at that, is be sure to do your research. Do a lot of research, especially based on your hair type, the types of locks that are out there, and just be sure that you're ready to make a commitment, because it is going to be a commitment. It's just not another lifestyle. It's not just another hairstyle. It's technically part of a lifestyle. And so my biggest tip would be to do research, do a lot of research, and make sure you're ready for that commitment before diving in. Do you have any loc crushes or loc inspirations? I guess I would say yes. There are some people that I actually do love the look of their locks. I have Miss Ree, I think that's how you pronounce her name, on Instagram. Aisha Tay, Naps Are the New Black. I've recently discovered her here on YouTube, and I love the look and fullness of her locks. And I think Loc Journey, I've seen a couple of her videos over the past years as well, and I really love her transformation from sister locks to, I guess, micro locks, small traditional locks. And y'all, how could I forget Patience Edith? She was definitely my loc inspiration and a loc crush. She was the reason why I first started my micro loc journey in the first place, and I can't believe I forgot to mention her. But if you are a micro loc G back in the days, you know about Patience Edith. So those are a few of the women that I actually admire their locks. How often do you retighten? So I try. keyword here, try. I try to retighten within the time period of 4 to 6 weeks as recommended. However, lately I have not been good with retightening my hair during that time period. I think currently, as you can see, I'm pretty sure you can see I'm due for a retie, and I'm probably 8 months, 8 months, no, girl, I'm probably 8 weeks post my last retightening, I think. So yes, I am way overdue for a retie, and I'm trying to make sure that I get one done maybe at the end of this week, hopefully, because I do need to get a retightening. But typically you should retighten, I mean, most people say for the microloc, in the microloc community, 4 to 6 weeks. I'd say it depends on your hair, how fast your hair grows. You might have to retighten a little bit sooner than that, if you're someone who gets new growth pretty quickly, and you might have to retighten maybe longer than that if your hair doesn't grow as quickly, or if you're someone that your hair grows with the lock and it doesn't really cause much damage. You might be able to spread apart your retightening sessions much further apart than somebody else whose hair grows away from the locks like me. Okay, so I would say it depends on your hair and how fast your hair grows. Do you have any goal lengths that you want to achieve? So I would say ideally I would like my locks to, maybe the goal length that I'm hoping to achieve is butt length. My first set of microlocs was pretty long after 5 years. I think my first set of microlocs was about mid-back, if I recall, and I will try to include a picture if I can find it. But I think my first set of microlocs after 5 years, 5.5 years, was mid-back. So that's a pretty decent length. If I can push it, I would hope to achieve maybe butt length. Although I'm not gonna say, you know, it's a must. There are a lot of things that could happen in those years leading up to that, and at the end of the day, the health of my hair is more important than the length. So a lot of factors might play into if I even get to that point, you know, depending on how healthy my hair is and all that stuff. But yeah, I'd say I'm pushing for maybe butt length, give or take. Alright, so those were the questions that I got. As you can see, there were quite a few questions, and this video is already a bit long, and I apologize for the length, but if you stayed till the end, you're a real trooper, and I appreciate you for that. If you have any questions, any other questions that I didn't answer in this video but you would like answers to, definitely go ahead and drop them down in the comment section below. They don't necessarily have to be lock related. They could be any type of questions that you have, and then maybe I'll do another Q&A related video as far as maybe personal Q&A video is concerned. But I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you did like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button below, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next upload. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay blessed, and I will see you guys next time.